Holden is releasing its brand new small to medium size SUV called the Equinox. Not Equinox, Equinox. Don't ask me why, that's just what it is. There's 6 grades, starting at $27,990, excuse the paper, to $46,290. We will be in the LTZ for $39,990, plus on roads of course. This car has to work for Holden, it's really important. Local production has stopped, and now everything they have is imported. Made all around the world. So this is designed in America, retuned for Australian conditions. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's pop in the car and see what it's like on the road.
So my name's Natalie Davey. I'm General Manager of Marketing, Communications and Digital at Holden, GM Holden. So my team and I are responsible for leading and developing all the communications for Holden that you see in market, all the advertising for car launches, for brand, sponsorships.
So if it goes flop, So if it goes flop, we get to blame you?
Yes. Yes, the buck stops with me.
So the model range, there's 6 in the range.
That's right.
And we're going from, was it about $26,990?
$27,990. Yeah.
And up to 46. So the inclusions as we go up, we have 2 engines. One's a 1.5 turbo, the other is a 2-litre turbo. Now that 2-litre turbo is it's about 188 kilowatts and 350 newton meters. That's on the verge of the old V6, the 3-litre V6.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with this car, it surprisingly has that power and torque that you wouldn't expect from an SUV, and I think you'd probably attest to that having been driving it today.
What are the anticipated sales figures for this? Do you know what that is? Not that I think that you would, because you're in marketing, but you never know.
Yeah, the volume on this, it'll probably attribute to about 20% of our overall sales volume for next year. So it's a pretty sizable, it's pretty sizable. Don't quote me on that.
No, you quoted yourself. I didn't have to. I know that's the good thing about, oh, for God's sake. That's the good thing about getting execs in the car. You just let them talk themselves, and that way I haven't misquoted anybody. Not, like I would if we were going to get a V8, for example, that V8 that we're not allowed to talk about.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about there.
See? So that's what I'm saying. And it's blue.
Is that your favourite colour?
It is my favourite colour. So when that flashed up on the screen last night, and I asked, are we getting that Camaro? Oh, sorry, the car we can't talk about. And the room went quiet. It's as if you'd stabbed someone's grandmother.
I don't think I was in the room at that point, was I?
You were standing outside. You were standing out in the terrace. No, don't come to raw prawn with me, matey. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. So, but back to Equinox.
Yes.
There's a lot of features in this car that are new to Holden. We've got the vibrating seat.
Yes. Why don't you talk a little bit about the vibrating seat as someone who is
having it vibrating,
yes.
It works with by eliminating some of the bings and bongs that are in your car. So, for example, if you are backing back and the buzzers would normally go off, with this instead, the seat vibrates on whichever side you have to look out for. And I would imagine rear cross traffic alert makes it buzz as well.
Correct, and forward collision as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can still, if you much prefer the chimes in the car and you don't want the vibration in the seat to alert you to any potential collisions, you can do that. So you can change that on the infotainment.
So some of the other things, this car's got, that screen is unbelievably clear.
Yes.
It's really, and that's an 8-inch screen.
It's an 8-inch screen, yeah. Yeah, the resolution on this one's really good, very clear. All the dials on it are very big, so easy to navigate.
And of course, Holden has, I think, pretty much in all its vehicles, I don't think I'm telling tales out of school, CarPlay and everything.
Yep, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto across the range.
I've got to say that I really think the quality is excellent.
Yeah,
it's excellent. I mean, would I go so far as to calling it premium? Maybe. This one is the second to top model. And it's got a nice finish here. You can't see it, but I'll show you a picture of it in a minute. I really like the way the dash is laid out. I like the middle LCD screen, which is a multi-function screen, so it can display a lot of different functions in the car. It's also where some of the settings have changed, though I haven't fiddled with it yet.
Yep.
There's also settings in the main screen as well.
Correct.
Can we talk for a while about some of the features with the car? There's the hands-free tailgate on the upper models.
Yes.
And that's a kick to open and a kick to close.
Yep.
And I must admit, I did have to get a Holden engineer to help me make it work.
Well, yes, it is off centre to the left side. I must admit, when I do it, it happens straight away, so it might be the size of your foot.
It could be. Well, I think the other thing too is when a buyer goes to buy it, they'll get instruction on how to use the car. They'll get instruction on the CarPlay and the electric boot opening.
Yes.
And also the vibrating seat. I don't think that's something you'd want to happen when you're not expecting it. The automatic transmissions. We've mentioned briefly the 3 engines. There's a diesel coming in January. And the 1.5 litre engine comes with a 6-speed automatic or 6-speed manual.
Correct.
And the 2 litre, 188 kilowatt turbo comes with a 9-speed.
Correct.
9 speeds.
9-speed, correct.
9. And that is an in-house...
That...
That's
Just remember I'm a marketer.
Yeah. That's no, well, I'm telling you now.
No, good.
Yeah, no, I was at the thing. Well, you were at the thing last night too.
I was,
yeah.
yes.
Were you not listening?
I was listening. You guys were very technical. I was very impressed at the level of knowledge you gentlemen had on your cars.
Oh, bless you and all those sailing you. So the 9-speed, it's basically there's a speed there for every occasion. It doesn't hunt. They've recalibrated that's 9-speed auto for Australia and for Australian speed limits, etc., etc. Also, it locks up, I understand, from second. So each of the next 8 gears, the torque converter locks so that there's no slippage, which improves economy. Also improving economy will be the all-wheel drive, which in the top model you can switch off so that it's just then running the front wheels. Did you know that?
Correct.
You did know that?
I actually did. I heard the engineers talk about that last night.
Well, you're marketing it, aren't you going to market all-wheel drive?
Yes, we are marketing all-wheel drive, that's right. Not in the primary advertising, but yes, online we will be. This really is a fun campaign, and I think, as I mentioned last night, when you've got good product to talk about, it actually makes my job a lot easier.
Like the V8 Camaro.
To market. Oh, I wouldn't know on that one. No. But I do know on the Equinox.
Equinox.
So you saw some of the advertising last night that were talking about some of the key features. So the dual panel sunroof, talking about the rear camera, talking about some of the USB ports, the 2 in the back and 2 in the front. So we do go into talking about the features of the car, but the first thing we've got to do is get noticed. Yeah. And we've got to get on, as you say, get on the shopping list of people that might not have thought about Holden in the past. And this car really does allow us to do that because it's a bloody good car, if you don't mind me saying.
No, I don't.
Exactly.
So because this car has a lot of firsts for Holden or for GM?
For Holden.
For Holden. Okay, so the firsts being that panoramic sunroof that opens.
Yes, the dual panel.
Dual panel.
Yep.
The vibrating seat, which we've already mentioned.
Correct. The 4 USB ports, so 2 in the back, 2 in the front.
But obviously not all of those, I would imagine, connect to the CarPlay system because it'd be a bit confusing.
No, just the front.
The front ones. And the 9-speed gearbox.
The 9-speed gearbox is a first for Holden.
Now, this also has, which I think is also a first for Holden, stop-start that doesn't turn off. So you can't deactivate the stop-start. Oh, you didn't know that.
I just can't confirm whether that's right or not.
Yeah, okay. No, it is right.
Thank you. Sorry, just anyone who's listening to this, I'm a marketer, not a product manager. Do you know what? There's other little things that I love about this car. Just some little hidden gems that are some nice little surprises that you get when you're in the car. So we've obviously also got the wireless phone charging.
Wireless phone charging, that's great for anyone with a brand new Apple phone. Yeah, so that you can just put your phone into the onto the pad.
Yeah.
And it'll charge without a cable.
Correct.
That's genius.
Yeah, and the pad is a cavity, so your phone's not sort of moving around, which is really, really good. And then there's also, my little favourite is in the door cavities, there's on both the driver's and passenger side, there's a hidden cavity to store umbrellas, which...
So there is.
Yes, you can feel it in there.
I could put my GM umbrella in there.
You could put your
I'm a proud
GM...
owner of a Holden folding umbrella.
There you go, you can. I mean, how many times do we get caught out in the rain? I do, particularly taking my kids to school and picking them up. No, it fits really snug in there. Yeah, it's fantastic.
You know who else does that, don't you? Rolls-Royce.
Rolls-Royce. Yeah, but they probably do. How would they fit those big umbrellas in?
They do.
Oh, do they?
No, they're full. They don't fold. They're they're full umbrellas.
Full umbrellas.
And they're heated and they're Teflon coated.
Yeah, wow.
Well, if you're paying $1 million,
I would expect that.
I'd want a massage with it.
Yeah.
Actually, their seats do massage. Now I come to think about it.
No.
So this car seats 5. Do you reckon we're going to fit 3 adults in the back? Have you tried 3 adults in the back?
Yeah, we've definitely tried 3 adults in the back. Were you weren't in the back last night, were you? No, it actually seats 3 adults very comfortably across the back.
Well, I was impressed that it made it up that incredibly steep driveway with 5 people on board.
Yeah.
And that was the 1.5.
Yes. Yeah, the 1.5 has some go as well. But yeah, huge amount of space in this car.
But on this, the 7-year warranty until Christmas.
That's right, until December 31.
Still December 31. Now, Holden was very honest with us last night. What should I say? You, Holden, was very honest with us last night about that you're expecting sales to be a little bit down on the first quarter of next year because Commodore is sadly dead and buried.
Yeah, well,
sad day.
Dead and buried, but yes, departing. And until the new Commodore...
Yeah, dead and buried's not...
Not at all. The next generation Commodore launching at the end of Q1. Yes, so
which we're really looking forward to.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah.
It's a great car.
And of course, shortly after that, the Camaro.
We've got then the Acadia.
Okay.
Later in the.
You
got it wrong. Did you? I thought. Did you actually?
No,
really...
I meant Arcadia.
Oh, you did, right? But you said Camaro.
I've got bloody Camaro.
You've just got it on your mind.
It's your fault. It's on my mind. If you just told me for sure, then we wouldn't be having this argument. Okay, so
You're
so
hilarious.
we've got this. We've got how many new models next year? We've got at least 2.
Yeah, so we've got next gen
Commodore
and we've got the Acadia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've absolutely flogged this horse dead dingo's donga.
But I did really enjoy this discussion.
Excellent.
It's good.
I'm glad. Well, I like to interview car people because I think it's those people out there.
That's right.
You people,
Yes.
hearing it from these people.
Yes.
And
we are people too.
Yeah, but you're the people that already know it. You've got to tell it to the other people.
That's exactly
And
right.
That's what I think Holden's problem's been, is getting its message across to people that maybe think Holden is a bit old-fashioned, a bit fuddy-duddy.
Yeah. I think particularly with this car, and particularly because it's our first launch of our cars post-closing manufacturing, I think it's a really, really good example of how we mean to move forward.
Well, so they say when one door closes, another one opens, and this is the start of a new era.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're going to cross back now to Clovelly House or whatever it was. Spices at Clovelly, and for our wrap up.
Great.
Thanks for playing. Thanks, Nat.
Thanks for having me.
That's Holden's Equinox. What did you think? It's incredibly smooth on the road. There's a range of engines, a couple of gearboxes, even a manual if that's what you want. I think this is a really, really good car. I even like the looks. I was a bit warm to begin with, but I've really warmed to it while I've been driving it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, subscribe.